so I want to find out what 0 plus 3i is to the fifth power. The first thing you have to do is to change the a plus bi form to polar form. So everybody gets a turn here. R is going to equal what, Taylor?
0 squared. 0 squared.
Okay, JC. Theta is going to equal the arctangent of what? Three over 0. And now that's one you have to know that's undefined. There are two places it's undefined. If there's a positive involved, it's 90. If it's a negative, it's 270. So this one is 90. If you had a negative 3, it's different. If you got a negative in it, it's 270. Okay, so now this is written 3 cis 90 degrees, and it's raised to the fifth power.
So
Now we're ready to put it in this formula. Okay, so what's the formula says? R to the power, and then the angle times that power. In R, which was 3, to the fifth power, and then the angle, whatever our theta is,
times
times.
90 by 5, and we
First one's 3 to the fifth, somebody, 243?
Yes.
And then 90 times 5 is 450?
Yeah.
There's your first answer.
450.
That's your first answer. That's the answer that's in polar form, right? The R cis theta. Now, all you need is your calculator to change it to complex form, because all we do is what? Distribute. What's 243 times the cosine of 350? Remember, C stands for cosine.
350 if you're 450.
I mean 450, thank you. 243 times cosine of 450. 0. And now what's, no?
Add them.
Oh, never mind.
Then 243 times the sine of 450. Probably 243.
Yeah.
And that would be our answer. So we got two answers per problem. Because you're going to have the polar and then you're going to have the complex.
Why is it different than what we started with though? Wouldn't it be like similar?
Because you're raising it to the fifth power.
Oh, yeah.
So we just do the same thing that we did last time, but if it's to a power, we just.
Multiply.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do another one. This one looks a little different. What power you guys want?
Second.
Oh, okay.
2.
Somebody said 7. It's going to be a large number.
I was with you there.
Okay, so R equals, Richard. First you change it to polar form. So what's our R going to be?
Negative 3 squared plus 3 squared.
So it'd be 3 square roots of 2.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, what's our theta going to be, Becky?
Our tan of negative 3 over 3, which is negative 1.
And since A is negative, we have to remember to add 180 when you do your arctangent. So on your calculator, 3 divided by arctangent and 3 divided by negative 3. And then add 180, so I think you should be at 135.
Yes.
So that's 3 square roots of 2, cis, which is cosine I sine of 135, and we're raised to the what power? 7th. You're going to not like the 7th when we finish here. So 3 to the 7th, the square root of 2 to the 7th, cis of 135 times 7. You multiply the power times the angle, but you raise the r's to the power. So I got two numbers basically. Don't I have 3 square roots of 2? So what's 3 to the 7th?
2,187.
Now, the square root of 2 to the 7th, I'm going to do it just a little bit differently than, because your calculator might not come out. It'll come out with a decimal. I just do not have it.
Yeah, it is.
Doesn't it mean I have 7 radical 2's? So that's 2, 4, 8 radical 2, right? Now, what's 2187 times 8? You guys with your calculator, 2187 times 8.
Or 17,496.
Yeah.
Oh, what's 135 times 7? I haven't done that yet.
Did we just do 3 to the 7th and then we multiplied that by the square root of 7?
Mhm.
Okay.
Multiplied it times 8, square roots of 2. Okay, what's 135 times 7?
945.
945.
Square, ooh.
There's your first answer. And since we had the power of 7, I knew our answer was going to be a large number involved. And
What's
now,
that first number?
17,400.
17,496, square roots of 2. Now, we're ready to get the other answer. So, in your calculator, 17,496 square roots of 2 times the cosine of 945, it equals. You need a calculator there, what?
Negative
Yeah.
17,496.
496?
Yes.
Okay, anybody else? No radical, oh yeah,
What
the radical
did
2
you
can
get?
cancel.
Negative 17,496.
That's what I got.
Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Okay, what about the next one? 17,496 square root of 2 times the sine of 945.
17,400.
Positive?
Just positive.
And you are gonna have some that are decimals in them.
I got a negative.
I got negative.
Yeah.
You got a negative on this one?
Yep.
-1.
Same thing.
17,496.
Somebody else double check it.
I got positive.
17,496 square root of 2 sine, make sure you hit
Oh, I
sine,
see what I did.
945.
We add 180.
I see what I did.
Did everybody come up with a negative now?
What
Yeah.
degree this is? So if we
Okay, so that's raising to a power. Does everybody follow the power?
Yeah.
Okay, the next group, what's the next group?
19 to 24.
It's the same thing.
It's doing the same thing. 19 to 24, it's just roots. So if I were to have now the square root of, square root of 3 plus I. I want just the square root of 3 plus I. So the first thing you do is I rewrite this. If it's a square root, what power is that? 1/2. So see, you're doing the same thing as what we did here. It's just the power's 1/2. Now, we first have to find R, so we're ready for Tara.
Wait
What's
a minute,
A
I'm
squared?
confused. Where did the 1/2 come from?
What's the square root mean? Power's 1, the root is 2, so 1/2. Remember
Okay.
fractional exponents?
Yeah.
Okay, so Tara, what's our A squared?
Square root of 3.
Squared would be what?
3.
And then the B is 1, so 1 squared is,
1.
so we end up with 2, okay, theta. Why, arctangent of 1 over the square root of 3,
Yeah.
so you need to tell me what you get. But what's the arctangent of square root of 3 over 3, which you can find down on my chart sheet. It's 30, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everybody agree 30?
Yeah.
So this is 30. So this would be written 2 cis 30, and now what power are we raising it to? So that means 2 to the 1/2 cis 30 times 1/2. So this will be 15, and that would be the square root of 2. There's your first answer. That's the polar form. Now, calculators, what's the square root of 2 times the cosine of 15?
1.37.
37?
Yeah, he's bigger than
Nearest hundred's what I want.
Yeah.
Square root of 2 times the sine of 15.
437.
.37? Anybody else?
Yep.
Do we guys agree on those values?
Yeah.
And there's our second. Good?
Yeah.
Still one more example. This time I want to do the fifth root of 2 plus 0i.
So, it'd be one.
So we want r first. So Dalton, what's the r going to be?
The 2 squared plus 0 squared and, come on, it's 4, there's 4 than 2.
Okay. Theta, Mason?
It will be 0, 2, or arctangent of 0 over 2.
And 0 divided by 2 is 0. So what's the arctangent of 0?
Isn't it 180?
No.
Oh no, that's when it's undefined.
It's 180, 0.
Should just be 0, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. If the 2 would have been negative, then you would have added 180. But their 2 is not negative. So we have 2 cis 0
0 is positive, it's negative.
to the 1/5 power. Does everybody see where I got the 1/5 from? 1/5 power, says it's the 5th root. So now what do we do?
2 to the 1/5.
2 to the 1/5 cis 0 times 1/5. So this ends up being the 5th root of 2 cis 0. So there's one answer. What's the second answer? What's the 5th root of 2? Does everybody know how to use your root keys on your calculator?
No.
No.
Your root key is the second of your power key.
Oh, you can change that.
Okay, so if you want the root, the 5th root, you go 2,
Yeah.
then you hit second, and where's your power key? There. So see your root key's right above it. And then you put 5.
Can you
Is
also
it the
use the
YX
caret?
button?
Can you use the caret as well?
If you put that in parentheses, you can.
And then hit 5.
Otherwise, you get your answer.
Minus 1.14.
See, your root key's above that, so you go, you want the 5th root, so you put 5. Now you hit second that key, and then you put what the number is, which was 2. 1.14,
And we don't need the
Is that
square
right?
root.
Okay, 1.5.
1.1.
How would I do that?
if you're just gonna use your, I would've just, it's easier just to use this, the 5th root, see? That goes in into that x of 2.
Never done that before.
Okay, has everybody got the root key okay?
I think so.
Okay, so what is the 5th root of 2 times the cosine of 0? Should be about 1.14.
1.15.
1.15, because it rounds up.
Yeah.
Okay, then what's the 5th root of 2 times the sine? Well, I know the sine is 0, 0, so that's just gonna be 0i.
Neat.
Okay, you follow how it works?
Would we just leave that as 1.15?
You can leave it as 1.15.
I just wish I had the same as everything else.
Okay, you guys have questions?
I got this cool button. I press.
Yes, no? Okay, so the first group, look in the book, page 605, 12 through 17 is raising to powers. 19 through 24 is doing the roots. So powers are the first group, roots are the second group. And then just make sure you write your answer both forms, polar form and complex form.
So we don't do 26.
We're saving that for tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay,
Neat.
605.
everybody follow what we're doing?
Think so.
12 through 17, I can do 24, so I got 30.